All right, Justin Melillo, welcome to the podcast. Live, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Brandon. Thanks so much. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's glad to have you on. Where are you from? Where are you based?
So I'm from New Jersey originally, and
Hmm.
then I spent a lot of time out in LA. I'm now based down in Florida.
Okay, so you've bounced around quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah, a bit. Yeah.
Why Florida?
Actually, I moved out here when I was working at Magic Leap. Their headquarters are down in Miami, so that's that's what prompted the move out here. And so then I was down here before COVID hit, and I've just been here since. So
Yeah, I particularly like Miami. I like the little
yeah,
crypto vibe that's going on there.
for sure.
Plus, it's very no, it's popping there. A lot of money's flowing there. A lot of tech developments. It's a nicer place to be in the country right now, given coming out of this pandemic a little bit more open.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Can't beat the weather too. I'm a huge fan of the tropical vibe. So
Oh yeah, I feel you on that. That's why I live in Colombia because it's the same temperature year round. I love the
wow.
tropical vibes.
I was going to ask you. That's amazing. Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, I live in Medellin. It's very nice, very warm, every single day, year round. Good
Wow.
people, good food, good lifestyle, still cheap. It's like Miami, just a little bit less expensive.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to visit Colombia. It's amazing. It's just seems like an incredible place. So yeah, can only
Yeah,
imagine.
if you ever come down, let me know. Happy to give you a little
Awesome.
bit of a tour.
Be great.
Anyways, tell me a bit more about yourself. What's your story? How did you get into this space? How did you come to want to be in the crazy world of crypto and blockchain? I'm sure there's a bit of a story.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride for sure. So my background is in art and animation and visual effects. So I actually went to school in New York at the School of Visual Arts for computer animation and visual effects. And actually, that's where I met my one co-founder, Matt, was at SVA. And so shortly after graduation, I went and joined DreamWorks Animation out in LA. So I was working in feature animation for a while. So I've always had a passion for art, animation, storytelling, and also new media. You know, I saw what this company Magic Leap was doing while I was in feature animation, and I was getting really excited about the virtual reality space and augmented reality in particular. And so from DreamWorks, I sort of jumped straight to Magic Leap, where I started to develop a project called Micah, which is a digital human, a full digital human AI that you can interact with using the Magic Leap glasses. And also worked on a couple other things like volumetric capture experiences there. And so I was fully immersed in this world of VR, AR, and I could totally see where this was going and where the metaverse was headed. And so after Magic Leap, I was kind of playing around with doing these different AR experiences. I've worked with a ton of great musical artists on AR experiences, like for Lizzo and Sia, and I even designed a couple tour stages like for Drake and Charlie XCX. And so I've sort of been like in that side of the space as well. And earlier this year, when this like NFT thing hit the mainstream with people selling the $70 million every day's piece, I was talking to my friend Matt, and I was like, man, there's something here where people are buying up all these amazing NFTs and all this amazing digital art, but there's no like great place to display them and share them. And also personally, as a digital artist, I really love what NFTs do in terms of providing that type of revenue stream for digital artists who in the past could only work at a feature film studio or could only work in commercial or VFX to really monetize their incredible work. And so I was also super passionate seeing all the things that NFTs enable for digital artists. And so Matt and I started tinkering with this idea to build a virtual art gallery. And Matt goes way back with his friend Alex, who's our third co-founder. And so the three of us started building a virtual gallery that you could explore in VR, AR, over the web, and we started tying in the idea of NFTs to it. And that that actually got the attention of the Tachyon Accelerator program, which is backed by Filecoin.
Mhm.
And long story short, we went through this accelerator, and now here we are. The three of us co-founded MoNA, which is a beautiful decentralized metaverse built for artists by artists.
Yeah, so yeah, tell me how Mona works exactly. I've yet to see it for my own eyes, but I went on the website and everything and looked at it. It's really cool. I like the idea behind it. So what's the goal with Mona, and then or how does it work? How do you do it?
It's a great question. So Yeah, so MoNA is a decentralized metaverse. And so,
Hmm.
when we started it, we looked at specifically 3D artists and seeing existing metaverses that were out there. And we realized that 3D artists had an issue in that they can't really display their work at the highest fidelity in the way they intended for it to be displayed. They were forced to sort of compress their work into a video or an image as an NFT. And the ones who were selling sort of GLB, like 3D sculptures as NFTs, they had a difficult time displaying them. So MoNA is a fully 3D, fully immersive virtual environment where a 3D or 2D artist can actually build an immersive space that you can explore and that you can bring friends to explore with you. It's a shared experience. And that space itself is an NFT that you can then connect to other MoNA spaces, and you can build out entire virtual galleries or communities all in the metaverse. So an artist can create a 3D space, mint it as an NFT in MoNA, and then they can also import NFTs that they've created, whether they're sculptures or paintings, and they can sort of display them in their space as well. And so to start, it's a really great platform if you want to create a gallery to display your NFT collection, or even if you're an artist who wants to create an immersive space and have that as an NFT. But in the future, we see this growing to be more of a wider metaverse platform where you can create an entire community built on these space designs and connected spaces together. And that's why like we're partnering with Filecoin for this Filecoin forum. So during the month of October, Filecoin is sort of running this build-a-thon where they're giving away $200,000 to their favorite 18 spaces. And so at the end of this build competition, they're actually going to connect these 18 spaces within MoNA and build their metaverse home space for the Filecoin community.
Got it. Um, I was trying to pull up a video of it for a second. I think I thought I found one. So okay, yeah, that's something I wanted to ask you too. Can display like existing NFTs in these galleries as well? How is it? How easy or difficult is it to set up? Like, do you have to know? Do you have to have knowledge of coding? Do you have to have a 3D artist go in and do it for you, or is it more simple than that? What's that kind of like?
Right. Yeah. So to get started now, as a 3D artist, we have a lot of simple tools and a
Hmm.
template and documentation for any 3D artist to get started. So as a 3D artist, many of these artists are creating using tools like Blender, Maya, Cinema 4D. So you can actually create a 3D scene using the tool that you're used to. And then we provide a super easy template for you to use to import all your 3D work. And then we have a web uploader and a really easy process to upload that 3D scene into MoNA and get it live. And you can share a link and start testing things out. And then now, like we're going to be focusing on the collector side as well. So if you want to start collecting these spaces,
Hmm.
it's super easy to get started in our MoNA app, where you just sign in with your wallet and you can start collecting spaces and then connecting them together there. And we're going to be publishing more and more tools that help the process for artists and collectors, and for people who want to import their NFTs into these spaces.
Yeah, yeah. On the flip side, if you're a collector, how do you, go into these spaces and collect stuff? Do you have to have a specific wallet or software so that it's connected in some way so that you can go in and buy something, or how does that work from the other side?
Yeah, it's going to be super easy. So we actually just activated our minting feature. So all the artists who have been building are now going to start minting these spaces. So this is perfect timing for this. As a collector, all you have to do is sign in with your MetaMask wallet. So it's super easy. It's just like any other auction platform. So that's all you need to do is sign in with your MetaMask, and then you'll be able to see the different spaces in MoNA that are available to collect. And you can just make a purchase all through our MoNA website.
Do they link back? So like if you had like it's strictly an NFT gallery and you had a whole bunch of NFTs and people could like go in and see that, can they click on it and like be redirected to like OpenSea or Super Rare or Nifty Gateway or wherever it is and like instantly be able to buy it that way?
Yes, exactly. So we
Okay.
support any other auction platform. So yeah, if you wanted to import NFTs that you've collected on Super Rare, Nifty Gateway, OpenSea, Foundation, anywhere, you can display them inside of the MoNA space you own. And then we're going to have those backlinks that, yeah, anyone entering your space can then click on the piece and be redirected to wherever that piece is listed for sale. And we also have that feature in MoNA as well for artists who want to mint artwork specifically in MoNA. We have all that native as well.
Would I also be able to see it in VR? So if I had like my Oculus headset or something like that, would I be able to just go to a link and actually interact and kind of be there physically? Or where's that at?
Yeah, that's going to be the next step. So
Okay.
we see like a huge volume of traffic is happening through the web browser, going to existing metaverses, and so we wanted to make sure we got that experience down and we had that, totally solid first. Our next step now is rolling out our VR feature, so you can throw on your Oculus Quest or any other VR headset, and you'll be able to explore any MoNA space just like you can in the browser. And then we're also looking at the AR future. Obviously, it's still a bit early, but we know Apple's AR headsets right around the corner. Snapchat has an AR device that they're starting to roll out too. So you'll be able to explore these spaces in AR and even in your own, IRL environments as well.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool in AR. So how would that work necessarily? I know that's not necessarily here yet, but I imagine you just put on whatever hardware interface there is, and it just kind of pops up in front of you, or do you have to be like an actual gallery? I've seen it done a few different ways.
Yeah, there are definitely a couple different ways that it can kind of look on the AR side. I think one of the simplest sort of transitions are just taking that sort of space that you're seeing in VR and just kind of dropping it into your own home space. You can still walk around just like it's in your living room. And then we're also looking forward to doing a lot of fun things that AR enables, like room mapping and being able to place sort of artifacts and NFTs on your actual wall or a 3D sculpture in your living room. That's what's really exciting about AR in terms of 3D art and digital artists. I think it enables this new method of display for these amazing 3D works, for you to be able to walk around a 3D space that is an NFT in your own living room. It's going to be amazing, and so we're looking forward to implementing that.
So have you guys looked at or are partnering with some of the bigger NFT exchanges like OpenSea or Nifty or Super Rare or any of them out there to kind of like give them this option as well, so that people could display their NFTs in this manner? So I feel like the two kind of go hand in hand, and there's a lot of benefit to do it.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to making a lot of those partnerships. And so we haven't announced anything yet, but we definitely see that value in working together with with partners like Super Rare, Nifty Gateway,
Mm-hmm.
OpenSea. We think this is going to be a really great way for them to display featured collections or display, if they want to promote a new artist drop. This is going to be a really exciting way to build more hype around those drops. So we're excited for that.
That sounds very exciting. Um, I have a question more like high level outside of MoNA. What do you think the future of this is with NFTs and VR kind of being combined? I've seen it done in a lot of ways. I've seen it done it very creatively with different galleries, with friends of mine that are also artists. But what direction do you think that's going? Do you think it's art galleries in general, NFTs, 3D renderings of art or sculptures or whatever it may be? Do you think it has a strong standing to be solely in VR or AR at some point, and what do you think that looks like?
So I think it's going to be really spread out. Clearly, like with the metaverse, we're in the metaverse right now. The metaverse has been around for a while, for a really long time, back to the beginning of video games, right? And so when you look at this like broader metaverse concept, I think you're always going to have these main delivery methods being, on a monitor or on a VR headset or on an AR headset. And as the hardware progresses and gets better, I think we're going to see emerging between VR and AR, where we're already sort of seeing it with the Oculus Quest and what they can sort of do with their pass through, where you can see the room around you and start seeing virtual objects in the room as well. So I think we're going to see this merging between VR and AR. And how it relates to NFTs and art and collectibles, I think it's going to be like very, very similar to how things are working like in real life right now. So I think art galleries is sort of where it's starting, right? And so you're
Hmm.
seeing that's like what you're seeing with these existing metaverses, Decentraland and Crypto Voxels. They've had a lot of success in selling land and allowing artists and collectors to build these galleries to display their beautiful NFT works. And NFT art is a really great use case for NFTs, right? So I think that's
Hmm.
what's really going to be the driver for a lot of this growth and what we've seen already in just how much attention has been on NFTs and art. And so, yeah, I think you're going to have a lot of these VR and AR art galleries, and AR and VR are going to enable you to display your NFT collections in the real world with you in your living room. So you can throw up your Beeple piece on your wall, and anyone else in your room that's also got an AR headset can also see it. So I think that use case is definitely there. But we're also seeing a lot of really exciting things happening in terms of your avatars and wearables and NFT wearables. And so VR and AR also enables that as well, with things like hand tracking, body tracking, facial tracking. You'll also be able to sell an NFT piece of jewelry, and people will be able to wear it and show it off. And so we're seeing all of that excitement. And so for us and what we're doing at MoNA, it's the most important thing is we want to help artists create using their own tools. We want to make it super easy for anyone who's might not even be in Web3 yet to get onboarded and start creating and finding these new paths of monetization for their work. So, we're looking at traditional digital artists, we're looking at 3D sculptors, but also, we're also looking at onboarding fashion designers and people who want to get into this NFT virtual fashion craze that's going to be happening as well. And so, everything we're doing at MoNA, we want to grow with the direction that the community is headed. And so that's why we're starting with these amazing interactive spaces, bringing on even traditional game designers who are discovering the ins and outs of Web3 now. And, we're really excited to provide that type of platform to help artists monetize their work in new ways.
Yeah, are you going to allow us to create or use avatars in these spaces at MoNA?
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at some integrations with other partners as well. We haven't announced it yet, but we see that as being super important to allow people to customize their avatars and bring in NFT wearables and all that.
Yeah, I definitely see that as a huge direction for these metaverses and for VR. So many people spend so much time and so much money on their avatars. It'd feel like a crime if you weren't allowing it in any kind of way. People just love expressing themselves.
Totally. Yeah. And you have so many great 3D like NFT avatar projects too, right? Mm-hmm. It's like the 3D version of CryptoPunks and like Meebits and things like that. So to enable people to actually bring in their Meebits and explore MoNA space using their 3D avatar, we look forward to that as well.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people have used like the MoNA spaces concept very successfully in CryptoVoxels and Decentraland and a few other places. Is any possible collaboration that you guys would probably be able to do with them? Because it looks very similar. Having a partial in CryptoVoxels, for example, you could build out something very, very similar to MoNA. But I mean, I feel like there's a lot you could do together to kind of promote it both ways.
For sure. Yeah. We, and that's one of the things that I love about Web3 is how like open and collaborative the community is. And so for everything we're doing in MoNA, we want these spaces to be fully composable across not just our MoNA metaverse, but across all metaverse platforms. So if you're building a space in MoNA, the idea is you'd be able to take that space and you would be able to adapt it. So you can bring it into CryptoVoxels or Decentraland or any of these other amazing metaverses that will pop up. And so we think that's really important, that the work that you're doing, as an artist, that it's you own it and that you'll be able to use that in any other metaverse. And as a collector, the same, you'll be able to use these composable spaces and have these composable spaces in your collection. So yeah, we definitely look forward to continuing to find different integrations and ways we can collaborate with Decentraland and CryptoVoxels and other platforms as well.
Yeah, I have actually another question that just kind of came to mind. So with these spaces, does it have to be strictly like art-based, display-based, or could it be more interactive? Like, for example, could you have like a digital podcast studio and do podcasts in a space?
Absolutely.
Or have an event or have a speaker or watch a movie? Like, could you like go beyond just the whole art aspect? Like, is that even in the plans or have you guys thought about it?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm so glad you brought that up. We totally see that as the future and how this is expanding. For now, like right now, we're focusing on the artists, and displaying and sharing art and talk about art is a great use case. But if you check out like our MoNA Twitter during this Filecoin forum, we're seeing so many incredible spaces that artists are building. It's not even focused on just building an art gallery now. We have one artist who built an entire like winter landscape with an actual house in it that's going to be his metaverse house.
Cool.
We have other artists who are building like entire galaxies that are in outer space, and so it's definitely very quickly. It's even gotten a little bit further away from just the traditional gallery concept, and more so about an incredible immersive space that you can hang out in with your friends, or that you can have a podcast in, and you can have a community event or concerts or some sort of live show. So that's been really really cool to see and to think about the different ways this will be used.
Yeah, if I could build out a virtual podcast studio, that would be the best thing ever. Because and then I could do all of these in person, in
Yep.
VR,
Yep.
and have the exact same experience without actually having to be in person. I'm chomping at the bit for that to actually happen, waiting for someone to do it so that I can jump on that trend because that's got to be the next big thing.
Definitely. Let's do it. Hey, you got it. We'll build it for you. I mean, you want a
I'm
virtual
down.
podcast studio, you got it. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to help out, I'm definitely down. I don't know how to
Awesome.
do any of this stuff from a technical standpoint, but yeah, I've been looking to do it for a long time, so it'd be very interesting.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll chat. We can definitely get you set up with that. And that's what's great too. A lot of artists and collectors who maybe aren't as 3D inclined. What we're trying to do at MoNA is onboard as many of these people as possible. And so even for someone who's not as technically inclined to build a space, we're starting to create a sort of like matchmaking service where you can get lined up with really talented 3D designers to help build the space for you. And we also have a sort of MoNA concierge service for our partners who want to get started with the space, that we will help, one to one help you build it out to be like perfect and how you want it to look. So we'll help you with that.
Yeah, let's definitely chat about it later.
Cool.
What's the what's the roadmap look like, or what do you guys have planned to finish out the year, and then what are the plans going into 2022?
For the rest of the year, we're focused a lot on our community growth, and building out the features that our community has been asking for. And so one of the most important things is getting our multiplayer feature really launched and going. We have something that's working now, but we want to scale that out and make that even better. So pretty soon we'll be able to have like 100 people in one space, and we're going to continue growing that. We're going to be adding those avatar customization features and different integrations with avatar platforms that are out there. So we're going to be including those. We're going to be finishing up this Filecoin Forum build competition. So if there are any artists out there who would like to submit, I think we only have about a week left. So November 3rd is our deadline for that. And so we're closing that out, and Filecoin is going to be judging these spaces. And then we're actually going to be doing a sort of room drop where the spaces will be available for purchase even beyond just the Filecoin Forum judging. So that'll be really exciting. And we're looking at our VR rollout as well. So we're going to be planning that and having that coming up real soon.
Cool. A lot of exciting stuff on the horizon, I can tell.
Yeah.
Anyways, Justin, thank you for taking the time to come on the podcast and really expand on what you guys are doing with MoNA, these spaces with art and in virtual reality and augmented reality in the future. And it's very, very exciting. I like what you guys are doing, and I think there's a lot we could probably do together as well. So we'll chat about it.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me, Brandon. It's been awesome meeting you and chatting. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you.
Of course, anytime. Until next time, ciao. See ya.
All right. See ya.